Welcome back to Red Collar Garage. So today I've got my tractor and I'm gonna do a modification to the bucket to make this a lot more useful around the place here. I'm gonna install some chain hooks and a 2-inch receiver to be able to move trailers around or hook a chain to something I want to pick up. It's just gonna make it a lot easier. And where I'm going to mount it's on top of the bucket, so it's going to be out of the way of doing regular dirt work and things, but just right there in a convenient location if I want to move something around on the property. So check this out. Here's the idea I have. So here's my bucket, and here is the area I'm wanting to mount these chain hooks to. And these are some weldable hooks for a chain. I got these on Amazon. I'll put a link in the description. You get 6 of these in a box, and they're really affordable. I'm going to mount it. I'm going to weld it like this, and I'm going to mount another one over here so that I can hook a chain to things and lift and move things around the places I need, or drag or whatever. Now this metal doesn't seem to be really super thick. I'm guessing 3/16. So I bought this bar stock that's a 1/4 inch thick, 5 inches wide, and I'm going to weld it to that, then weld these things that I'm talking about to this plate, and then paint it to match. But I'm going to tie into this. Let me get you a little closer over here. So I'm going to add to the strength of the bucket by putting this plate across here, this 5 inch by 36 inch long and a 1/4 inch thick bar stock here. And I'm going to weld this, and I'm going to connect it to this, and I'm going to come along here and a little bit on the front and a little bit along the back, and I'm really going to connect it to these really thick solid where the mount to the loader is. That's a really strong point right there, and that's going to be where I'm going to put my chain hooks. And then I'm also going to put, I haven't opened it yet, but a 2-inch receiver right here so that I can put a ball or a hook or anything. I can move trailers around, things like that. So this is going to make the tractor bucket a lot more useful. This will be a whole lot easier and quicker solution. So let's get to it. I want to move my landscaping box into a different spot, and I'm going to try to do that with a piece of chain, and see how it goes. This tractor should still be warm. Lose that. I'm gonna get a little closer and tighten that chain up. But that's gonna be a pretty good lift, I think. Move this up just a little. Right there. Now I can tighten that chain up. Okay. Let's get me a place to set that. Look at there. Go nice and slow. Okay, let me move that wood right where I want it. That did really good. Easy to unhook. And I can leave the chain on there for just a minute. How about that? Okay, I'm going to try to lift this really nice and slow. This drum is full of diesel fuel. Just got home from the store with it. Never used this latch before on a drum latch. Okay. Go forward just a little bit. Roll this out. Go up just a little bit higher. That's a lot of weight up really high. I'm going to back up real slow. Turning my wheels. This is a lot better than manhandling it. And now I'm going to go down a lot lower. pretty secure. I'm trying to go down easy and it's bouncing it. There, that's as high as I want to carry it off the ground. Let's ease over here. Well, this is a real dream compared to fighting it onto a furniture type dolly and trying to roll it over here, especially on this gravel. Alright, let's cut our wheels, ease it in here. That was great. If you're interested in what I use to hoist that drum up, I got this on Amazon, and I'm going to put a link to this in my description. This just latched right onto the lip of that drum. I push down on this blue part, and then see how it opens up, and it just comes off really easy and goes on just as easy, and then it lifts up from that center D-ring there. I just put the chain through that right into the center where it would be the strongest, and it lifted that drum with no trouble. All right. I think the key to moving this equipment around like this is to keep it not really high off the ground, and keep your ground speed really slow in case something shifts or suddenly. Also center up your load right in between the two hooks there. But you don't want this load jostling, like bouncing up and down on those hooks and causing a lot of stress. You want it to be nice and smooth, especially when you weld like I do. You don't want it coming loose off there. Okay, I'm going to ease it down now. This has been a really good mod. I'm really glad that I did that. I haven't moved a trailer with it yet. I don't really have to do that today, but I can see how I could just tilt the bucket forward, get up under the coupler on the trailer, and then just kind of lift it back and just kind of tilt it back and get up under there. But this is going to be a good mod. I'm going to put a link to these hooks and this receiver in the description. You can buy those on Amazon. Also, the drum hoist that I used and showed you, I've got a link to that too. In case you want those, they're really not very expensive and make your job a whole lot easier moving this big stuff around. But it's going to be a really useful mod. I hope you enjoyed this video today. If you click on those links in my description, I get a little bit from Amazon if you buy from that link, so I'd appreciate that. If you want them anyway, it doesn't cost you any extra. And if you don't mind clicking like and subscribe, and I appreciate you watching today. Thanks again for tuning in to Red Collar Garage.